Hey guys, it has been a while, but I am back and I'm gonna make a little bit of a bigger episode today. So for oil processing, which I wanted to do in the next episode, we would need fractioning towers, and that entails having welded steel plates. Of course, for those we need an arc welder, which needs graphite, which we get from pressing any type of coke. So my idea was to not just do that manually because that's boring, but like do it almost automatic. And since I can't have dash yet because I need light oil for that, I'm going to make obsidian flat stamps because they should be more durable than the titanium ones. I think those have, 256. I think those have over 500, maybe 512. But I am not entirely certain. Let's see if I remember this correctly. Yes, perfect. I am so cool. Uh-oh. Get out of my basement. Okay, let's just put this down here. Put the plate stamp in. Usually you would want an electric one if you're trying to automate anything, but if you are trying to automate pressing coke, it will first go in here, then go into here. So you can actually use a burner press to have that fully automatic, which is pretty nice. Let's put insert on here, belt and ejector. Then we are going to be making a firebox and another combination oven. Whoops. Okay, nice. Now if we put some fuel in here and some coal in here, that should already give us some graphite, but I am not entirely satisfied with this yet. Okay, we're going to be using a hopper and a crate for additional holding capacity. And we can just throw our lignite in here because lignite can get coked into lignite coke, and that will get converted into the same amount of graphite normal coal would. So this is just an absolute win because lignite is shit. Fun fact, that's the reason why it looks brown. I'm going to be placing the output crate here because this just looks good. And then ejector, some chutes, and conveyors, and an inserter. Perfect. Now this should already work if I input some fuel into here. Okay, it's slowly heating up. And now we are also getting a tiny amount of coal tar. This gets pressed into ingots. And now we have graphite. Nice. This is far more than enough to make our beautiful arc welder. And I'm also going to centrifuge some of those, since this recipe gives us the highest amount of niobium. And we are going to be using some niobium for these. Because I don't really like using this recipe. And I can finally get rid of those singular copper and aluminum wires that I have. And here goes the arc welder. Beautiful. I hope this fits. Okay, yeah, this should fit. Perfectly, even. This looks very nicely next to each other. Got like the modern NTM vibe. Oh, the color's a bit off. Bob, this is literally unplayable. What did you even think? Okay, now we can throw the cast steel plates in. No, that's not a recipe. Yes, that's the recipe. Okay. Oh, I'm stupid. I actually forgot that I need to put in double the amount. Let's get some of those steel grates. Grates? Shouldn't they be called grits? Am I stupid? And let's do this. Nice. Okay, this right here is slowly filling up with coal tar creosote, and if it does, it is either going to clog or just wasted. I think it's going to clog, and we can't let that happen if we are actually trying to semi-automate it. So I'm just gonna do something like this. Get a fluid identifier for coal tar creosote. And fluid identify both of these. And now it's going to get split up into coal oil and bitumen. And the funky part is, it's 90% bitumen. And bitumen you can solidify into oil tar. And it only needs 100 instead of, in this case, 200. So I am making so much more of the funny sloppy stuff by just fractioning it. And while these only produce 50, normal coal produces 100. So I'm basically getting 0.9 oil tar per piece of coal that I put in there. And the nice thing with those is you can also make them into coke. And that is exactly what we are going to do. Funnily enough, my problem resource for this was the cheapest of them all, iron. And I'm still completely broke on iron, and this is starting to get cluttered. I might need to actually start organizing this. Okay, I think I should engineer it this way around. So I'm going to placing the lift here. And then the ejector needs to be angled other way around. So this needs to go here. Okay, nice. And then this goes in here. Gonna fluid identify this with bitumen and this with bitumen. And now all of our bitumen goes in here. This will empty itself again, and now this should stay empty for a far longer time until the coal oil is backed up. And of course we are going to be using those paintable copper cables again. Paint them with cobblestone. Then we can fill this up again. Put some cables up to the position where we need them. And of course, put one of these paintable thingies up here again, so we don't have a hole in the ceiling. And now I can just fill that up. And now we have beautiful in-wall wiring. Nice. And this is getting electricity. This is actually swallowing quite a lot. This is kind of scary, to be honest. This might... okay. So, as you see, this works perfectly. This goes in here and instantly goes in there. And once this is used up, it's going to make the oil tar into graphite. But I will have to check on the capacitors real quick. Yeah, they are gradually losing energy. And it seems like it's faster than we produce it, so womp womp. But that's why we have such great energy storage, so we don't have to worry about stuff like that, at least for a while. And let's also make some drainage pipes, or to be specific, a singular drainage pipe, because we don't need more. Because the coal oil is pretty good. I'm gonna show you real quick what you can do with it. It itself already has 1.1 mega thermal units per bucket. However, you can make it into coal gasoline at 80%, which has 9.52 mega HE per bucket, which is very good. And there's also other recipes, but I'm not gonna get into them, because that is actually the best recipe. Only problem is, you see that I am getting 5 millibuckets of it per lignite or 10 millibuckets of it per normal coal. So that's not worth it at all. So we're just going to do the best thing imaginable and put it into the ground. Like a responsible person. This hole right here is for purely aesthetic reasons. You don't need to do that, but I am going to do that. And now coal oil, fluid identified, and beautiful. Now it's gone. And we never have to worry about it ever again. Beautiful. Now it just goops out a little bit every time one coal gets processed. So the next circuit that we are going to be using for quite a lot of stuff is actually cheaper, I would say, than the analog circuit, because this is kind of expensive. However, it uses microchips, which are very cheap actually. However, they use printed silicon wafers. Those use silicon wafers and those use silicon. And you can only get that from the electric arc furnace. But of course, it is pretty cheap, especially if you're gonna use mass amounts of sand, or later if you have acidizing, just fiberglass or fiberglass blocks. But yeah, I already prepared everything for that, except for the arc furnace recipe. This is quite big actually. But I'm kind of unsure where I should put it. Like, maybe in the middle is best, because then it looks pretty symmetrical. However, it outputs in the front, and I kind of don't want it to be like that. So, I might do something like this, but move it back a few blocks. I would also have to remove like part of the wall there. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that real quick. Okay, and then I could theoretically make something like a Strand caster to just have more recipes be processed at once. And that's actually not that expensive. That's actually cheaper than making all of the stuff manually. Okay, let's put everything in. And I realized again that I don't have any iron. Fuck. Ooh, you use uranium billets for that. I'm pretty sure... No, just uranium fuel. I cannot just use any billet for that. That is so sad. Okay, I guess I gotta centrifuge one uranium then. Yippee, I can't wait to have some radioactive shit in my base. And centrifuging one gives me exactly the amount I need. And luckily this isn't too radioactive, so I can actually just have that in my inventory. Of course not indefinitely. Okay, this is pretty big. Okay, so it's 2 wide and 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long. Does this fit? Yes, it comfortably does. And how tall is it? 1, 2, 3 blocks tall. So I'm gonna be digging 2 down and almost to the end of the room. Now this should work. Yes, it does. Beautiful. Let's put this in. And now this should give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at once, I think. Maybe more, maybe not. We will see. And this is almost broken. Yes, it has 512 durability. Makes sense. So you are actually supposed to fill this with water, and every time it gets used, it uses up some of that water and makes low pressure steam. And then you have to make some setup to convert that water back into low pressure steam, but you can actually just place one of those next to it, and that's way more than enough. But first of all, I'm going to fill it. I love that my inventory is totally not messy at all. I have so many free inventory spaces. What are you on about? Okay, now we can take that again. And just place the steam condenser here. And cover it up beautifully. Yeah, you can barely see it anymore. I mean, if you know it's there, you can see it, but like, you wouldn't expect it to be here. This is actually quite a nice amount of graphite. I'm gonna be taking 24 of those. There's quite a lot of ways to make electrodes, and those are the most shitty ones that break the easiest, but I kind of can't be bothered making better ones right now. Okay, so we are going to be needing an inserter. Not just for those, but also for those. If we put them in here, they should go in that. I don't know why they aren't doing that, but... Oh yeah, change it to liquid mode for turning sand into those pellets. I forgot how they are called. But yeah, this should work. Maybe it starts working once I put power in. There should be an output here. No. No? Okay, yeah, here it is. I'm gonna put the ejector here. Another one here. Then the lift. And conveyor like this. And this kind of looks like shit. You know what? I might actually put concrete on all of these walls, especially after I made this mess. But for now, I'm just going to place the output crate here. And an inserter. Yeah, I think I can just bring it from here over to there. Of course, one of those to mask it behind the stuff again. Okay, now it has energy, but it is for some reason still not accepting the graphite electrodes. Okay, maybe if I throw the 120 sand in here. No, it still does not work. That is kind of weird. Oh. No, that is not supposed to be like that. Okay, we'll see in a moment if it gets better on the second run. Okay, yeah, now it has to take some time to pull it out and to open. So now the sand can actually flow in as it is supposed to. And there it goes. Beautiful. And that entire stack gave me how much? Yeah, it seems to be only 9. Okay. So this is almost a waste of material, I would say. Yeah, but then again, sand is extremely cheap. Also, these seem to have a durability of, I would say 10. Because from 5 runs, they have lost half, roughly. Oh, this is kind of funny. I did not expect it to look through here. However, yeah, I mean, it's kind of to be expected. Whatever, I'm not gonna change that. Anyways, I wonder if I can make this almost broken one, since it's still a flat stamp, into a circuit stamp. Oh, yeah, I can. That is beautiful. And now we are getting our first silicon wafers. And those should be our first microchips. Nice. I kind of forgot the recipe though. We need microchips, printed circuit boards, and lead wire. So yeah, we have everything. And that should be able to make us 4. And I'm also going to put the rest of our sand in here. So I can see these actually break and get some silicon wafers as a result as well. Okay, here they go on their last bit of durability. And they burned out. So now, yeah, now they get outputted and get put in here. And what we can do with these is to just smelt them, either in an arc furnace, but I would have to change it, I would have to change the recipe mode for that, or just in any kind of furnace at all. So we could reclaim some graphite from this, and that is actually what I'm going to do if we amass a lot of those. But right now, I'm just gonna leave them there. So, to make biofuel, we are going to be needing quite a few machines. For example, 3 of these chemical plants, which are really expensive. I always hate crafting those. But then again, they are very useful, so I shouldn't complain too much. I mean, they are still cheaper than even the most trivial Graphite machines. Also, I finally solved our iron issue. I mean, it's still not a lot, but very nice. And for the industrial combustion engines, we need dense gold wire, which are once again made in our beautiful new apparatus. Nice. And we are already ready to craft. But we are also going to need some piston set to even use it, and there are quite a few. You can see the fuel efficiency on those, and technically we should be using dash piston or star metal pistons because they have 100% efficiency. However, that is not cheap. That is not cheap either. That is very cheap, but it has 25% high efficiency. And this is also pretty cheap and has a 90% high efficiency as well as a 100% medium efficiency. So we could reuse it later if we have any medium fuel to burn. So we are going to be using those, as you might have already been able to see because of foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
It was so cheap, in fact, that we already had all of the materials just laying around somewhere. And we are also going to be making our first shredder, even though this is our second shredder. Because I think I just stole this from some house, but my memory is kinda fuzzy, so I'm not really sure where I got it. But I think I stole it somewhere. And of course, we are also going to be needing some shredder blades. Nice. Sadly, those aren't indestructible. However, you can repair them. And you can also make them indestructible once you have dash. Which we don't yet have, because for that we need either light oil or use this recipe, which needs dash to be made. So we are going to be needing light oil for that. Okay, so here at the output for the hemp, I'm going to be placing a crate. And from this crate, I will have 2 outputs. One to, not like this. One to the side, yes. Which will just be dumping the stuff onto the ground. Oh, wait. Blacklist, yes, hemp. And now anything that isn't hemp will get outputted from here and will just drop onto the floor. What? Okay, I hope this belt will not pick anything up that gets close to it, because that would be kinda bad. We will see about that. I mean, I could also just make sure that doesn't happen by placing it like this and making it drop here and then blacklisting hemp again. And now it will just drop it here. Okay, nice. This looks horribly ugly. But that is to be expected from something that is just a big lump of shit. Okay, so the other output will be here, and that will be set to whitelist and will also be filtered with hemp. So hemp is whitelisted on that one, so only hemp gets outputted here. And only not hemp is going to be outputted here. I just realized that it would be better if I don't even do it with a crate, but do it directly here. And no. Okay. I will have to, in that case, turn this one around so it doesn't in or output into anything. And then have this set to blacklist. Get some hemp to set what is blacklisted. And now just place a belt again. Because, ow, fuck. Because without a belt this would not be working. I just realized that we actually need an auto crafter for this as well. Okay, let's make the automatic crafting table that I forgot to craft. I didn't forget it. I did forget. I can't even speak. And before I continue building this, I should like make a room down here with concrete walls, since we have a bit more than a lot of concrete. Okay, so I'm going to be placing this 2 from the output here, and then build it up to the output. Now it just gets dropped on the floor, which is not good. So inserter, and now it gets stored in here for a moment until I do this. And now it should get equally distributed in here. And as soon as we supply it with electricity, this should start crafting biomass. Okay, that is interesting. So apparently the limit is 4. Okay, I think I built it in the wrong direction. Okay, from here 1, 2, 3 out, I will be placing a crate for storage. Don't interrupt me. And then I will be inputting that into here. And then have the chemical plant like this, so the input pulls it from the crate. And then input the biomass to biogas recipe. I should probably also do something like this. Wow, this is starting to look like my bases when I play immersive engineering. Not very nice, but at least it is safe to walk here, even if there's electricity going through it. Okay, so I got constantly shot while building this, and now we have at least some space to place stuff. That is not well placed. Hold on. Like this probably? That is still not symmetrical. Okay, this is well placed now. So I am going to be putting the biogas and ethanol to biofuel recipe in here, and then get the output of biogas from here, and also get some electricity in here. This looks kind of shit. Hold on. I think I can fix it. Yes, this looks better. But I also need electricity here, so I don't know if that's... Yeah, that's too far away. So maybe it works if I put it like somewhere in the middle. Okay, let's test this. Let's test this. This works. That might be problematic. No, perfectly works. Okay, so this one can go. Yes. This looks horrible actually. But yeah, okay, we're gonna run with this. So there's a hopper up here full of sugarcane. And I'm going to once again make it point into none of the directions I want to extract from, because that would input into the extractor. Also, the zombies have gotten more HP, which is probably because of the pollution. So we might want to fix that, and with might, I mean, I'm not going to. Okay, let's take the shredder and put it here. Hopefully that works. And then we can just dump all the sugarcane in here. This right here will not work forever because these can break. However, once they break, I am certain that we will have some dash to upgrade them to not break anymore. And I just want to have it set up already. Okay. Yeah, this looks way better. And it's even a bit more symmetrical now. Okay, so once again, whitelist, sugarcane, then build up by the side, dig a hole, keep it on blacklist and sugarcane again. And now this should work exactly like the other one over there, except that sugarcane instead of hemp. Okay, conveyor inserter, and now just get a belt over there. And this should be perfectly working now. Oh yeah, except for the fact that I didn't even put in a recipe. Okay, ethanol production. So this intakes sugar now and produces ethanol. Which will then be input into here. So that has the ethanol and the biogas. Okay. And then the biofuel that comes out. Yes, that's the correct one. Goes in here. I also need to fluid identify this, because if I don't, it will only burn diesel. And then put in the piston set, turn it up to however much I like, and activate it. Now, I could do something like this, but that would not be good, because I want to have the output of the energy system and the input of the energy system be separated. So I will be doing something like this. Connect that up. And then get it somehow out there to bring it over to my energy storage box. Or house, or however you want to call it. Okay, so what I came up with here is to have the energy come out here, then go over here, then enter through the wall, through this cable block, and then supply all of the machines with energy. Now they, first of all, shredder that sugarcane into a lot of sugar, then make it into ethanol, which then gets pumped in here. And over here, the hemp gets crafted into biomass, which then gets put into here, which will be converted, I think, at a rate of 16 to 2 buckets, right? Yes. I don't know why it is not 8 to 1 bucket, but whatever. And the biogas also gets put into here, which will then get converted with the ethanol into biofuel, which will then get burned, produce a lot of electricity, which then gets brought out here and goes over into that energy storage. Very beautiful. And like I mentioned earlier, once they run out of their 700 durability, this will all come to a grinding halt. But hopefully that will take a while, especially since we are overproducing on ethanol and underproducing on biogas. Even though this farm is double as big as this farm. But even if this breaks, we have quite a lot of energy storage, which goes up pretty fast because we built this. So I won't have to worry about energy for a while. I just realized we have quite a lot of bakelite. Nice. I did some more finishing touches, namely finishing this room and building a path over to the mine and over here to the Krebsklumpen, to the energy facility thingy, to the factory, and of course to our home and the portal, the very nice looking portal, and to the farm. And over here I finally finished or fixed the belt looking stupid. Can you like please not? I am trying to talk. Anyways, over here, the belts went like straight, so I couldn't walk up here, so I always had to do something stupid like this, which was kind of annoying. So I now have 2 shafts, no, chutes, not shafts. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyways, they go down there, go through there and go up again. So I can just leave the rest here like it is. Also, for all of this I used slabs because I have realized that slabs don't actually support snow generating on them. As you can see here, because there's just no snow here. Also, I have put a lot of torches everywhere, so at night it would look kind of like this. And I could also put some torches here, but I don't know. I might be doing that soon, but not right now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, please comment why you didn't enjoy it. And please join the Discord server. That is actually a bit more important to me. Bye.